Hi, I'm Rhonda Phillips, and I teach courses in community development and related topics. And I'm here today to tell you about how I integrate games into the curriculum. My undergraduate classes, one is online and one is a large in-class format. And I have found that using games really helps the students start talking about things that otherwise they might not. It engages them in ways that they can really relate to, that's sort of beyond the regular curriculum material like a textbook or lecture format. And the game that I really like and that I'm here today to tell you about is Ayiti. And it's essentially it's not really a game of life, it's a game of what life cost. And it's an online format game that students go into and play individually, and they have a family assigned to them, and the setting is actually Haiti, and the family has to have all these trade-offs with cost, including economic, social, environmental, and well-being. Now this all relates directly to the courses that I teach, which are sustainable communities. And within sustainability, we look at things like the trade-offs between economic, environmental, and equity cost. And so the game to me is the ideal way to have students relate to things they can easily understand and then relate it to the bigger concepts of sustainability. And here's how I do it. Individually, each person has to go into the game and register and be assigned their family and their context. And the object of the game is to get the family to live beyond one season. Now that may not sound like a big challenge, but it's absolutely huge because they have to balance everything, whether or not they will buy food or buy seed to grow food or to buy health care or to send their kids for education. And so all these things have to be balanced carefully with being hit by severe weather, illness, and you name it. And I think what's happened is that it makes students stop and truly assess what it takes to be in a state of well-being. And this is at the family level, but it has implications for larger community and also factors that will hit people that are unforeseen, whether that might be economic catastrophe, or if it's illness, or if it's a natural disaster, whatever the situation. And it's not all dire. I mean, there certainly are celebrations along the way in the games. But here's what we do with it. Once the student plays the game the first time, they're told to see how long they can get the family to live. Invariably, most students can't get them past the first season. We have one or two who become perfectionists and have to get them past the first season. And then we have a in-class discussion. For the online class, we post our discussion, and students are able to comment on each other's findings and scores in the game. And then we integrate the broader discussion into how does this relate to concepts of sustainability that we're studying, for example, in our text or our lectures. And I think probably what happens is that it gives students a format that they can relate to in ways that readings alone just can't do. And everybody gets really excited about the game. And at that point, people are challenging each other to see, well, what season did you get to? You know, let's get together and play the game and see who gets further. And it becomes a platform for discussion and discourse beyond a typical format. In the online version, people are very active on the discussion postings, and I've actually integrated it into assignments as well. So they put a lot of emphasis on how well or what they've learned from the game. And to me, that's the fun of learning, is being able to integrate ways of thinking that maybe you're not always accustomed to in a normal classroom setting. Here's some comments from the students in terms of how they responded to Ayiti when they played the game and when they posted their assignments and had to think through what it meant to them to be playing a game in a classroom setting or online classroom setting. And you can see from some of the comments that it's pretty profound in terms of the changes that it makes people stop and really consider in looking at things like balancing sustainability and community development and those costs of life with the overall well-being of their family they've been assigned. And it's pretty dramatic, and I have From this day forward, we'll always integrate games into my curriculum, especially in the online format, as well as the large-scale classes, because often in large-scale classes there isn't the platform for having an engaging conversation, and I have found that the games do that and provide that platform. And so I've been very pleased with it and hope that, that others will look at this idea of using games in the curriculum.